And a little bit of poker here. Hopefully I could put some people in some hands and just try not to get frustrated. Videos people try to just help these possible. I'm just show you here. Just show you the computer system to help these possible. So anyways, in Canada, there's a thing called, I'll just show you a couple things. So if you type in computer assisted telepathy, YouTube, you'll see that there's evidence that computer assisted telepathy is possible. Let's see. Freedom of thought. Freedom of thought is a constitution, right? So basically, freedom of thought, they didn't say freedom of words, right? They said freedom of thought, right? Because the government knows that telepathy is possible. They hide it from the population. George Orwell, he wrote a book in 1949 about the thought police, and then there's a Minority Report, which is kind of the same premise, but so basically, he died in 1950 after he made the video. So for the last 80 years or so, the government's been listening to his thoughts. The internal voice is so if you hear, or generational pedophiles, unfortunately, generational pedophiles rule the world. Eventually, I'm going to be the true king of the world, and I'm trying to stop generational pedophiles now. They stop my natural voice. Because my voice kills pedophiles, and the government doesn't implement the Christian global rape prevention system. And when I try to stress my anxiety, they try to proliferate to generational pedophiles. Oh, nice. Not too often am I drawing. What a nice. Yeah, the straight. I didn't even see it. See that not too often. Very rarely do I put my money into the worst of it. Like when I'm on bed. Very rarely. So if you ever have an out of the blue thought, that is somebody, right? So ignore it. Especially if it's sexual in nature. You try to cultivate sexual deviance to exploit your attributes. Like bestiality, like any animal, especially dogs that come near crotch, you have to assume that there's a human chemical electrolysis using technology that's up in the dog. Dogs aren't interested in human anatomy like human rapists are, right? So dogs always go to crotch. So push the dog away because that's somebody raping you at that moment. So if you have any new sexual, like if you're 30 years old and then all of a sudden you have homosexual thoughts, realize that somebody's manipulating your thoughts. You would know that you're homosexual as soon as you were a teenager. As soon as you started puberty, all of a sudden, like, you would have been in like phys ed class or like in a change room and you just seen the same sex and you would have been aroused, right? But if you're in your 30s or 40s and then all of a sudden you change orientations, that means people are manipulating you to change orientations. And transgender wasn't even coined until 1965, meaning people have been manufacturing people to be transgender since 1965. You know, because it would have been written in code. It would have been written in code, like in the Bible. You know, the Bible's thousands of years old. It talks about homosexuality. It doesn't talk about transgenderism, right? Because it didn't exist then. Because people manufacture it. People are malignant. They cause people to edit chromosomes out to make it so people have Down syndrome. They cause disease. September 7th, 1984, I cured disease. And they've hidden the cures for disease for over 41 years now. about 40 years anyways. And not only have they hid, they've actually manufactured more disease. This person is really aggressive. Like in the future, I'm going to be, my name's going to be Eminence Christian. Okay, this person is aggressive. I don't believe him this time. No win. I always think so. Oh no, I might win.
They take their Veterans Day on Monday before we have our line.
So just be careful. There shouldn't be any subliminal in this video, but if there is, because people cheat. Like the whole point of poker is to figure out people's cards, not to see them. Only powers. And unfortunately, if you love pro sports, it's rigged. So go to www.change.org/technology and then watch the video. It's going to prove that computer systems is possible and people rig everything. They try to sell a cat corn for me to steal agility, and I thought I bought $10 worth of marijuana, and it was decriminalized at that point in time, and anyways, I thought I was on autopilot. Government hacked my body, they thought they could commandeer my body with chemical electrolysis for buying $10 worth of marijuana. So, when I was circumcised, they augmented my penis when I was an infant getting circumcised. Because the Japanese emperor looks like my mom. My parents look like the last two German emperors. And the last official king of the United Kingdom, he abdicated the throne for Queen Elizabeth's line. So Queen Elizabeth's line's like the third line. Edward VIII would be the second line, and I'm in Canada, and on the $20 bill there's a queen. So in Canada, that means it's a Commonwealth country. So that means treason and sedition for any criminal acts against my biology. Stories about my unborn grandkids, and the best thing about being a king is with treason, I get to execute people in the near future. It's fantastic. I have evidence of my earwax. My earwax is a different color. I also put evidence in their bone marrow. So once I'm king, I'm gonna in their femur. So I put evidence in their femur. So I'm gonna, in court, in the execution court, I'm gonna cut off their leg, pull the evidence out. They're monsters. They try to paralyze me. I've been at the hospital. They've tried to. They've shrunken my testicles, given me gray pubic hair in the last 2 months, but my wrinkles on my face have went away. They're trying to make me limp with my left leg. Every morning I wake up my left leg because here we go, unregistered me right there with the old system. Again, all the criminal culpability of all the perpetrators at the Sioux Area Hospital, all perpetrators worldwide. And here's the execution list in the future. How can I right now to get all my perpetrators? So my half-sister sent a message, but she lied. She said, well, I didn't read it yet. She didn't say I used crack cocaine, but in the email, she doesn't realize I got the email that she sent the doctor. Right, so she lied and said that I did crack. I've never did crack. I smoke cannabis, which is like, it's like grows out of the ground. It's no different than apples, oranges, bananas, orange. is just cultivated, right? Whereas alcohol requires fermentation, analyzers, rectifiers, chemistry, basically. So what do you think God prefers? A natural herb that alleviates pain, and it turns me into a physical specimen. If I smoke sativa, if I was to, if I was to play pro sports, they're hacking my voice right now. I'm gonna tell the perpetrator's name. They're right here. Getting all the perpetrators. I'm not deleting this video. She sent a text message intentionally, so I delete this video. Fuck you. I disown her. I disown her kids and her grandkids. They mean fucking nothing to me. They're not the true royals. The true royals are me, my evolutionary kids. There's only 3 royals on the planet now. And I'm biologically immortal. I never die, so there's no succession to the throne. I'm never abdicating the throne. I'm gonna make my kids. I'm gonna change the Constitution, because I'm gonna eventually be king of the world. So I'm gonna change the Constitution. My kids are gonna be equivalent to like an emperor or a king, but I still have the ultimate power. I just don't want to do the ceremonials. I don't want to go to the parades. I don't want to do all that stuff. I'm gonna do all the strategies because people are trying to control my brain. I'm never gonna control my brain. These monsters only want people to gain control of another person's brain. Can't wait to be king because treason in Canada. My half sister doesn't have my mom, my biological mom, so she has no power in the system. If not, she'd be biologically immortal, and she isn't. My body saves her. She doesn't fucking realize. She got married in September. If she looked in the mirror in September compared to now, and look how her face is diminished. She's nowhere near as beautiful as she was. You know why? Because she violates me and my kids. And my system protects her. My brother's dead. My full brother's dead because my system protects me. My house set at a place, and the guy tried to set me up. His shower curtain said special delivery. They were trying to set me up with some dog con, and ice fell off the roof and did over $1,000, $1,500 damage on their car, and completely fell around my car. It was in Canada, the lottery's rigged. Only generational pedophiles win it, and then wherever they spend their money is the skim. Those are the generational pedophile companies. So I'm going to be able to, I took a lot of accounting classes. One of them was they talked about forensic accounting. And you just follow the money trail, right? So I'm just going to follow the money trail wherever they make their big ticket purchase items, and then those are generational pedophile companies, and then it's all the evidence is in their earwax, and they would have to have it surgically scraped out by a doctor, and they're not going to get 100% of it. Once again, there's going to be evidence in their femur bone marrow. I'm smart enough that I could augment. And with nanotechnology eye cameras, with Bluetooth, to communicate with nanotechnology responsible for vision, which could then project the mind's eye, making the blind be able to see the technology. I emailed the Canadian National Institute for the Blind this technology, and you know what they did? They didn't even fucking respond. I'm smart enough that I'm able to take wind, power the vehicle with wind, but oil companies, OPEC countries, they don't want that. They'd rather pollute the planet. Canada, basically, I can power your car with the wind. I can power your building with the wind. And I can make you invasion-proof. Because when you invade a country, the first thing they do is they go for an international airport by the capital, then take out the power grid. But with my system, no buildings, even if they blow up the building, take out the power grid, all buildings would still have power, and the byproduct water. And each building could have a little Wi-Fi node, but they don't want this. Canada could buy a tank every 6 days, fight a jet every 8 days, a destroyer every 6 days, a frigate every 44 days, or 45 days, and a corvette every 54 days. But they choose to rape me instead. They augmented my penis when I was circumcised. They tapered it. I have a scar on my entire shaft. And they're going to be executed shortly, for treason and sedition. Because they forget, they think I have no power in Canada since it's not the United Kingdom. It's a Commonwealth. That's why the Queen's on the fucking money. And I control your military. I control all technology. So if right now Canada's in front of my shield, they'll never be behind my shield. They try to kill my son. He's biologically immortal. They try to kill my son when he was a boy, and they think I'm gonna forgive him. They gave my daughter problems. She's biologically immortal as well. I'll show you after this tournament. I'll show you 3 different back muscles. Technically, there's 3 types of humans on the planet because I'm biologically immortal, and I made it with just a regular person. So my kids are technically generation 1 people, generation 1.5. I'm a generation 2 person. I'll be able to show you in a second. So people are playing those roles. As you hear my voice fluctuate. Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. I'm blonde hair, blue eyed. I'm only blonde hair, blue eyed person in the building that I'm in, the room that I'm in right now. And Canada has a ghost meter where they measure every single in Canada, but they don't know where I am, and they never follow my organic directive, my biological law. You can't steal my breath to access systems. My brain operates at a different frequency than every other human, means I don't need you to protect me. And when I say this, they never implement any of the safety protocols before they release them, just to try to justify wasting my taxpayers' money. And once the taxpayers find out all they do is fucking rape people, they're gonna slaughter you. And I'm gonna let them slaughter you. And they're not even gonna. It's gonna be a righteous kill. They're not even going to prison. I might even give them fucking money. I'll probably give them 90% of my possessions. I'm gonna give away to the people that kill generational pedophiles. I'm gonna keep the top 10% valuable. But 90% of my possessions, I'm gonna give away to people that kill pedophiles in the future. Once I'm gonna show them the technology. So I'm not trying to get all the pedophiles right now because I'm gonna sport hunt, like bounty hunters, generational pedophilization, and their guns won't work because they require computers, and they're basically androids and they suck. They don't have any skill. Because once I stop the technology, then they're useless. They require bombs from other people's bodies, and they're useless. So they're gonna get hunted down. I love it. So I'm surprised my half sister sent me an email. I told her not to correspond with her. I'm gonna sue her. So I'm surprised she did. She's an idiot though. Like, she's really smarter than what she is. So she doesn't have my dad. My dad's like was over 200. Her IQ technically is 195, but they restrict her. But her IQ officially is 70. She has 70 IQ. Her IQ, but moron level. She went to a basic, like in Canada, there's 3 levels of high school: basic, general, and advanced. She went to a basic level high school. She couldn't even read until she was like 30. Right, whereas I've been told by 2 people I'm the smartest person that they've ever met, and 5 people I'm the most likable person they've ever met. And I'll just show you here. So let's go to screenshots. So I'll show you. So here's what I look like here. This is George V. He looks like me and my brother. This is the second last German emperor. He looks like my dad. His son looks like my mom. This is Muhammad the Prophet, Allah. I look like him. My dad looks like him. This is Marcus Aurelius. I call myself Marcus O'Thrillchris. Marcus O'Thrillchris. You mean Spectacle Man or Smartacus? And here's Edward VIII. He looks like my twin. Right, this is how the government aged me. This is January 2025, and look at the wrinkles there. And this is from May 15th, 2025, and you can see I don't have any wrinkles under my eyes because I'm rejuvenating. I'm in the hospital, so I'm not smoking. When I do smoke, they route so much poison through me, like a swimming pool worth of poison to age me, like kilotons with the poison to age me. Here's my unique pectoral muscles. I showed the doctor this, and I showed my unique xiphoid process, rib cage, and I asked for in X-ray, and they're like, okay, well, he has grandiose ideas, and but they didn't give me they didn't let me prove medically. Give me a positron emission tomography, and I'll show you. And here, I'll just show you. But here, so this is regular generation 1 biology. You can see how there's ridges right there, ridges right there. This is generation 1. This is my son's biology. He's basically generation 1.5. You can see that his back muscles are different. And then here's my back muscles. You can see that I have a V, which are different even from my son's. And so once again, here's generation 1. And here's mine, generation 2. You can clearly see the difference in the back muscles and the shoulder muscles right there. I'm the true regent because I won the evolutionary race. There's 43 monarchies on the planet, basically 150 countries that I'm going to rule. And I own the rest of the economy. Unofficially, I own something like 86% of the world's wealth. I doubled my money in the stock market in 16 days. And I'll just show you right here, this video. I put a guy on a straight flush in Texas Hold'em poker. They told me through psyche interpretation that I'm the best poker player that ever lived. And right now, they're telling me to stop sharing. This is how they innuendos. They're trying to tell me to stop sharing. It's like, not a chance. All I do is share, and they try to, because when you're about to get abducted, if you go quietly, they abduct you. But when you kick and scream, you save yourself. Right, so if you're ever getting abducted, claw their face, get their DNA under your skin, under your nails. Get their DNA under your nails. So I'll show you how I put a guy on a straight flush, and I got there might be 22 views on YouTube, and 0 likes. 0 likes because of haters. Generational pedophiles are the only ones that know me. So here's me putting